Good afternoon, everyone. So we are starting the CISSP session. So I have CISSP certification, and I have 8 years of experience in application security, code reviews, and I almost worked in banking, telecom, finance, right? And my trust area is SaaS, DAS, and cloud security. Yeah, so let's move to next one. What we cover in this session actually. So this exam is basically not a the exam which you just read and you can pass, right? You need a strategy, and you need some principles to be followed, and then you can just crack this exam or pass this exam easily. So let's start. So we will discuss strategy to pass the exam, the syllabus, what is how many domains are there, and what needs to be covered in every domain, and how to clear the fundamentals. The most thing is what needs to be remember in exam when you are sitting for the exam, what needs to be in mind, right? So it's all about mindset in this exam. This is not an exam where you just doing just remembering the definitions and solving the question. No, the mindset is important for this exam. And the last we will discuss how many resources, what are the resources needs to be followed. So there are many resources, right? We'll discuss concrete resources that we need cover, and then that will map our strategy to these resources, and we can good to go. Yeah, so let's move to the so this CSSP course, or what I would say exam, has 8 domains, and the domains have some weightage like security risk management 15%, asset security 10%, security architecture 13%, and so on, right? So I think the less is the eighth domain has less weightage, right? Software development security, and other is the security and risk management is the most critical one. I would say the most focus, because if you see there are many CISO position for CSSP certification, right? So that's why we what CISO does is he just manages the risk, and then he do valuation of the assets, right? So other technical things comes after, but first is risk management. So that's why risk management domain is weighted at 15%. Yeah, so as this is demo session, and I will discuss, this is a part of domain 5, identity access management. So let's discuss about this. So if we talk about authentication, we know that there is password or login or something, right? So people forget that we have types of authentication. So something you know, something you have, something you are, something you somewhere you are, and something you do. So something you know is the type 1 authentication, which contains passwords, passphrase, or pin. So password, you know, the simple any password you like, any name or something in strong password, weak password, that is authentication. Passphrase is, you might know, means you can make a sentence passphrase, and you can just type that my village name or my town name is this, right? And make it a password. That is passphrase, right? And pin, it is might be digit, right? 4 digit, 6 digit, right? Something you have is type 2 authentication, right? So it is something you are actually, you have physically token. Yeah, either it is OTP or it is authentication app like Google Authenticator or Microsoft Authenticator, right? Even smart card that you swipe and then you enter into the room or in building, right? Even cookies on PCs also called something you have, because it, you have something, right? You are not, because in something you know, type 1, it is something in your mind, or you are something, so in your mind, or means you are keeping with you always, right? Something you have, right? It can be physical, or means in single term, it is with you, it is not in your mind, actually you keep it, like password, ID, right? Smart card, token, or cookie, or on PCs, right? etc, right? These are the type 2. Something you are is type 3, right? So something you are is the physical characteristics of your body, like fingerprint, iris scan, facial geometry, right? So these comes into something you are, right? So some characteristics like type 3, right? Biometrics, all the biometric like fingerprint or any scan, your physical scan you do, right? Type 4 is somewhere you are, means there might be location or any address, like, so there is a difference, like there might be a location, means you are into a location. So how system identify that what is your location? It identifies with MAC address or IP address. So because every machine has its public IP, right? It also has a location of ISP, and that gives you somewhere you are, right? Let's suppose you are connecting from VPN, right? So you can connect a VPN from certain country, means one country, you are working in USA, and you want to work from India. That is not possible, because they will not allow, or even you are not able to connect from VPN as well, if they have policy that you can only connect from USA, right? So that is something, somewhere you are. Something you do means you are doing some activity. So we were at something you do, right? So something you do means you are doing some pattern, means you are making some expression, facial expression, right? Or pattern log is also called something you do, means you are just doing some actions, or even doing signatures, right? So that is type 4 5. These are also the type, but the catch is you can't do type 1. And like if I say you are using login password and then you are using pin, if it is same type, that is not recommended authentication. Always remember, in exam we should use different types, means the combination. If you are using multiple factor, we should use type 1 and type 2 together, not type 1 type 1. We should use different or combination of multiple authentication types, not the same type. If I there might be example in question, like so we are using smart card, and I'm also using token. That is something I would say you are using the same type, right? What is the recommended method is you use only the different one, means you use type 2 and type 1, the combination. You use smart card and your password, or if there is token, you use pin or password. It is not mentioned, I think the OTP is also called this thing type 2, right? So these are the examples of so here it is. So it is part of domain 3 security architecture, right? So these are the access models actually, right? So if I would say, if one person is allowed to do some modification at the higher level, and some is able to added something at lower level, so there should be a principle should be defined, right? There is example of means many principles like Bell-LaPadula model and Biba model. These are the two models are access control models, right? So there is in exam you will get multiple questions from this concept, and this comes in domain 3, and we'll discuss here. Yeah. So Bell-LaPadula is confidentiality model, please remember, and Biba model is integrity model. CIA, confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Now, first, this model is there are many models. This is example. So this model is confidentiality model, means we actually deals with confidentiality, and we focus on more on confidentiality, that this should not be disclosed, or user is not able to read a higher level or any other level which is not allowed to do that. So this also called state machine or information flow model. So there are simple rules for both of these. One is simple rule, means no read up, means user is not allowed to read at higher level. And there is star rule, that is star rule, no write down. You are not allowed to write at the down, means your level at the down you are not allowed to write down, means you are not modify the things. And first is read up, not able to read, right? So Next is we will discuss in example in detail these both models. So Biba model is deals with integrity. CIA, confidentiality, integrity, availability. Right. This is also information flow model. So Biba model is integrity. It deals with integrity. Now it has also two rules. One is simple. One is star rule. Simple rule is no read down. Means you can't read below your level. And star rule is you can't write up. Means you are at the level A, you can't write up. Means you can't modify the higher level. Yeah. So this is the one of the graphical example of the model. This is this is Bell-LaPadula model. So these are the properties of model. Now what it says here it is. So this is lower level and this is a higher level. So what it says, reading the secrets are not allowed. The simple security property, what it says, you are not allowed to read up, right? And in star property, what it says, you are not allowed to write down. This is called star property. There is third property is strong. This is reading, and this is secret. Means you are only read and write to your level. These are the principles that we follow in Bell-LaPadula model, right? So let's move to classification type. So there are two type of classifications are there. One is in government, in military, or any defense organization that follow, and we have private classification, that is business classification. So they both are different. Means the labeling of files can be different. Means there is top secret, confidential, unclassified. And business classification is like highly sensitive, internal, public. Like they can be their own, right? But in government this structure is followed mostly in 90% cases. Government use these labels for classifying the assets, right? So let's go into the question. Here it is, right? So you will get these type of questions in exam, right? So you have to identify basically the main principle is being followed, and this is very technical question, I would say, deeper, right? So it is not, I would say this is not a technical means not management, but this is with technical question, right? So let's read the question. So in multi-level security system, the following sensitive level are used in increasing level of sensitivity: restricted, confidential, secret, top secret, right? So these levels are being used for sensitivity. Table A lists the clearance level for users, while table B lists the security classes of 4 different files, right? So these are the files, and these are the clearance levels, and this is a restriction sensitivity, you would say. So we have users A, B, C, and D. This is a table A, this is a table B. Now you understand that this we have two tables. One contains user and one is files. Now what question says? So so that this model we have discussed in Bell-LaPadula model system, which user cannot write to file 3. Just see catch here. User, which user? So the question is about which user cannot write to file 3, means this is the file. Now the question is which user can't write this secret, means the file number 3, right? So let's move to Bell-LaPadula model. What it says. So simple rule is no read up. So I don't think this property applies here. The question is about write, means what you can write, right? So this is star property, right? So in this question we have to follow the star property. Any can be question, means it can be read, it can be it might ask Biba model, or so it the question is about Biba, this Bell-LaPadula model, confidentiality about reading and disclosing the something. But the rules are here: simple rule and star rule. Now this question asks about the write, so writing the file, so star property will be followed. So let's go to the question again. Which user? cannot write to file 3. Now it is about the writing, means we use star property of Bell-LaPadula model. Okay, now which option is correct? Which user? Now we have user A, B, C, D, right? And file 3. So according to sensitivity level, restricted, confidential, secret, top secrets are levels, right? So here I think the top secret is the higher one, and then secret and confidential and restricted. Now top secret is at the top, right? And the secret is down, and the confidential is below, and then restricted. If we follow this one, top secret, secret, confidential, unclassified. Now if we check, top secret is higher one, so D is D, user D is top secret, means higher user. And C, user C is equivalent to this, because the level of the file is 3, 3 is the secret, right? Right, so what is the top level? This is a top secret. What Bell-LaPadula model says in this property, you can't write down the star property, means the top level can't write down. So who is the top level here? The top secret. Who is top secret? User D is top secret, and he can't write the secret, means the level 3, means file 3 level secret, because top secret is greater than secret. This is a lower level. Now the answer would be user D, because the top secret can't write down. What can't write down means he cannot write to the file 3 according to this principle. Star property, no write down. Let's see what is the answer. So this is question we have. Let's see which user. So answer is B here. User D, the top secret. The top secret can't write down. What is the lower level? There's a secret. So I would say this question is confusing, because it uses not level. Actually, it uses the secret, top secret, and all. So it is general understanding that top secret is the higher one, and secret and confidential and unclassified. So this is how we can connect the dots and solve the questions according to principles, right? What is the strategy to crack the exam, right? So you can find this link on YouTube as well. What is the mindset? These are the top 10 mindsets, right? If you even complete 90% or 80% of this syllabus, and you are clear with this mindset, I mean 10 mindset, you are clear, this is in your mind, right? I would say there is 90% of chances that you can solve maximum question. So let's discuss these mindset. The first mindset is your role is risk advisor. So this means maximum positions are for CISO, and you have to think like CISO. So CISO don't fix the problems, they don't troubleshoot, they just advise, right? So your role is, so when you are solving the questions, you just keep in mind that you are an advisor, you solve the problem strategically, not fix the problem, you advise actually, right? So there might be questions like there is attack on a server, and you need to just fix this vulnerability and all, right? So there might be a story in question, right? So there might be answer like report to senior management, or fix with this patch, or use this technique, right? So what you have to do is you need to keep this mindset that you are a risk advisor, you actually advise that this is a strategy. You just tell the senior management that we have this vulnerability and we need to fix this, or you are not actually fixing it, you are just advising. So there is also a one technique, TRU, think like. In case of TRU, like, so your thought process, it should be like managerial perspective, means think like a manager, right? So and read, TRU, R is read like lawyer. You have to just focus on the question that what it is asking. So read like lawyer. And U is understand like technician. You know terminology, you know writers, means what is the routers, what is a firewall, what is zero trust, and what are the protocols, right? What are the services, right? You know technically, right? But how you solve the questions? TRU, think like manager, read like lawyer, understand like technician. But how you solve the question? As a risk advisor. Now let's move to next mindset. Who is responsible for security? Now, who is responsible actually? The answer is everyone. Everyone is responsible for security. It's not CISO, it's not technician or security engineer or CI. It is everyone. What? There is a catch that everything is done under the leadership of management, right? So somewhere management is also responsible for security. There might be questions that who taken care of this, who is responsible, right? So there might be senior management answer is there in options. Then you need to choose the senior management, because everything is done by senior management, who build the policies and who actually implement the guidelines and who actually make a strategic plan. It is senior management, right? So senior management is ultimately responsible for security. Let's move to next mindset. How much security is enough? So this is also a answer. It is not something I'm 100% secure. So no one 100% secure. No application, no network or any organization 100% secure. Means there are many application releases and many time, or there are patches are going on, right? So it is very difficult to 100% secure. We can just give our best, right? So the answer, how much security is enough? So enough is enough, means that is as per your budget, right? As per what senior management allows, that this budget should be for security, right? So that's the answer, right? How much security? So it is not something that your complete budget is this and you are just implementing higher solutions. And let's suppose uh, if there is, let's suppose there is risk management and there is loss happens with your company, means it is 1 million loss is there if attack happens. What you are implementing a solution, the cost, that cost is $10 million. So I would say that is not a enough security, that is over budget, or I would say that the solution is not perfectly matched with the requirements. So let's move to fourth point. All decisions start with risk management. The first point is the risk management. You are risk advisor, you do the risk analysis, right? And do the risk management. So everything means anything comes in, means anything happens in organization, we need to do risk management first. Okay, so let's move to fifth point, because the fourth is something risk management you are doing. You are not actually doing technical things, you doing risk management. Let's move to fifth point. Think end game. There might be movies like end game and something, right? So end game is, what is the end goal, right? What is the end goal of protecting a asset, right? So protecting a asset is the end goal, is what I would say. Your end goal is like save company from threats. That can be the end game, but no, you are actually making business profitable, or the end game is the higher goal. So there might be question that we have benefit for securing the network, and like, so there might be option like it protects your business, it protects your network, it protects your devices or people or something, right? So you have to choose the higher goal. That is the end game, means what is the higher limit, what is the higher goal that you can achieve, right? So if I would say in a company you are running a security program, what we are doing is we actually protecting the infrastructure, protecting the assets as well, right? right? What actually we are protecting? We are protecting company. That is higher goal. That is end game. So it can be any example. It is one of the example. Okay, so let's move to sixth mindset. Security transcends the technology. Now there is a one saying that technology comes and go, means there might be new routers, firewalls, new solution comes in, right? There are new firewalls comes in, new generation firewall comes in, new technology comes in. The basic concepts means, I would say the defense in depth, the principle goes for same, means if you are implementing multiple solutions, multiple technology for defending the network, but what is the basic principle? So we should use series of solutions, right? And defense in depth, multiple layers of the security we need to, right? So the principle would be same anytime. Technology come and go, that's it. Physical safety is always first choice, obviously. The physical safety, right? Now, what is a physical safety? Means the people safety as well. So let's suppose there is a building, there is cyber attack going on a critical server, and there is same building. You have to choose people that a server room or building is locked. So which you choose first? You choose people, the physical safety, that is important, right? So people, all there might be question that there is critical banking server is compromised, right? You need to patch or fix it, right? And there might be option that there are people stuck in somewhere, which you choose. So in common sense we choose people over anything, right? People safety is first. So let's move to eighth point, eighth mindset. So technical people. So what we discussed, TRU, think like manager, read like lawyer, and understand like technician, right? So we stay out of the weeds, means we should not be technical people. We should not read question like technical. We should think like as a advisor, right? So we should not like work read question as a security engineer. There might be question that you answer according to security engineer, but there are a few. This exam is basically for advisor, the CISO. So you don't need to just focus on your security engineering skill sets. You just read question, map the answers with, but filter out management answer or risk advising answer. So let's move to ninth, security by design. We have proactive security, we have reactive security. So in case of proactive, we actually secure SDLC life cycle. You add the security before product goes to production or anywhere, means you are releasing to your customer, or right, you test. Actually you don't test when your product is live, or right, that is something else. You do black boxing in production, but DevSecOps, we are in building the security in your CI/CD pipeline, or you are putting this security in before, when requirement analysis is done, right? Right. So in SDLCs, right? So if you read the last domain, software security, you just do threat modeling before product going to build. So we actually do the proactive security. We do proactive analysis, and then so it is good, because if you don't do the security analysis, security testing, right, before product is built, so I would say when product is built there might be many bugs. So reduce that number. We should also use the proactive or security, incorporate the security in design phase. That's what there is a login page is being built for an application, right? So there might be bugs, or they might be they don't have option for OTP as well, or multi-factor authentication, right? So if there is no analysis, threat modeling or security requirement analysis in the design phase, then it would be difficult to add after when product is built. So that when requirement analysis is done, the security requirement is also should be done. That is domain 8 you will read. Layer defense, we already discussed. Defense in depth layer, multiple layers should be there, so that we can reduce the impact if one control is broken, so that another control can mitigate that or compensate that risk. right? So there might be firewall, there might be DMZ, there might be zero trust, there might be, I would say, IPS, IDS, right? Multi-factor authentications, different layers of the servers, different zones are decided. So that is layer defense. You're putting multiple solutions in a way that you can minimize the risk. So so I would say these are the CSSP mindset that is mostly, I would say, if you are in when you're going for the exam, I would recommend these should be in your mind, or you can put it in some paper and read before exam, or whenever you are solving the question. I think these 10 mindsets should be in your mind. So this is one of the our agenda presentation, additional courses, resources. Now, so obviously we are actually, we have other our resources as well, but I would recommend to participate some resources that your active participation is needed. Now, Discord certification station is one of the, I would say, recommended group. You can find invite, or I will share the invite as well for this certification. So this is actually Discord group in Discord application, and this the name of the channel is certification station, and all people are in this group are CSSP certified, and some are preparing for CSSP, right? So you get the platform to discuss your doubts once you complete book or course. And other is you can also write questions. I would say there are sources also given, and you can share your study partner as well right? So you will find multiple study partner there, so you can join this group. I will highly recommend this. Now, next is destination certification. This is also highly recommended. This is a YouTube channel, and what it shows is there are multiple videos, all the domains. What the catch is, it is not showing the PPT. It shows all domain in mind map. So you can easily get difficult topic with this destination certification. Obviously you need to read the book, this is not sufficient, but understanding the concepts, I think this is also recommended resource. Now, official guide you can find on Amazon Kindle, or you can just download from Kindle, or I would say, I think Amazon you can order the physical copy or whatever you want, right? So the official guide is must, I would say. There are other books, but maximum people recommend this resource, the CSSP official guide. Fourth one is Prashant Mohan Memory Palaces. I think this is amazing notes, right? In schools or colleges, you want notes. So this is that. Prashant Mohan's Memory Palaces is one of, you can freely find this on internet. Just type Prashant Mohan Palaces PDF. You can find PDF, and then very precise, means I would say all the notes are very precisely mentioned, means exam hints are there, right? And is I will highly recommend this. Next is Boston Question Bank. I think the cost of this question bank is around, in Indian rupees it is around 7,100 USD. This Boston question bank contains 700 plus questions, and once you actually go through these questions, you are not just solving the question, but you are just reading the missing concepts, and you get the idea how to solve the questions. They are a bit technical, but I would say it will give you the sense of the exam, that there is, you can just, there are modes of exams, in exam mode or study mode, you can select and you can just choose this, right? So all these resources are highly recommended. Don't skip these at least. So other resources we will discuss in course when we will starting the session. So I would say, so that's all from my side. I think we have covered all our topics that we in starting and described. So thank you so much for this session. Thank you.